Hey, so here is our training session from Friday. We really worked on some targeted resource guarding. Now, what I've noticed in the resource guarding is that he doesn't really display it unless he is hovering over it with his chest. So I have this treat ball, it's a puzzle feeder that he has to knock around and roll to get treats out of. So he's being rewarded for solving the problem, but I have him, as you can see, on a long line working on disengagement. So that one, safety, but two, I have a measure of control with him. So he gets to play with it, and every time I drop it and he goes for it, I'm gonna tell him leave it. When he checks in with me, he gets a reward, or he gets to go play with it again. So it's about kind of a pause, but also a kind of a going back and forth between on and off, essentially. And there's times where I try to let him, so like right there, he disengages, which is phenomenal. That's what we want him to do. But I also noticed that I cannot, I'm still hesitant to reach down for it with my hands because I still see things within his body of, nope, I need you to leave it. Now, once I tell him leave it and he disengages from it, not a problem. I can get it with my feet or with my hands. Right there, right there. See that moment right there? Sorry. That was a big trigger moment. I waited him out. He sat back down and gave it up by looking at me. I rewarded that, and then he got to have the ball again. Right here again, he's choosing to stay on it. He tells me to leave it, or I tell him to leave it. He gets rewarded for leaving it and disengaging from it. I'm able to trigger some of the root cause of the behaviors, but I'm also able to get him to disengage and stop. Now, this is where I'm trying to have him, essentially, he was amped up because we had some good moments of like, uh-oh, this is the moment, and getting him to focus and settle back in. So I wanted him to be just under threshold and then coming back into a neutrality state. It took us a little bit, but we were able to get him back out, and then could I do it again and get a good on-off switch as well. His trigger is so touchy, and it's so slight, but it really, what I've noticed is really when he's hovering over something, and when you go to reach to his side, that's when he's like, I'm done with this. So, working on that slip lead just helps give that measure of control. He's not having any contact points. He redirects very quickly in the scheme of things. And honestly, he's not going for hands either, which is phenomenal. And he hasn't gotten for feet anything as well. But we're working on really, can I trigger him? Can I bring him back down? Can I trigger him? Can I bring him back down? And when I say trigger, it's like bringing him up to that threshold point. It's like going up to the deep end, but not quite in it, and then coming back out, where you build up that confidence of, I know how to come off of this. I think there was a video a couple sessions ago where I have a stick, essentially it's a cardboard tube that I can practice like touching him on the side. And that had gone really well as well, gone really positive as well. So good session.